As I'm recording this video, the last remaining undefeated team in the Eastern Conference are the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, they've always been a good regular season team, especially if health is on their side, but Kenny Atkinson gives me a whole new confidence in this group moving forward. So they started out the season playing 3 predicted below average teams, but they handled business versus the Raptors, Pistons, and Wizards. I was very eager to see them face the Knicks, and they had a gutsy win versus them in Madison Square Garden. It felt like it easily could have been a letdown game. You start 3-0, nobody is going to get mad at you losing to the Knicks in MSG. Feels like a situation where last year's Cavs would have lost, but they didn't. And then 2 days later, they beat the Lakers, the 3-1 Lakers, convincingly. My goodness, that was impressive. 42 points in the first quarter. The game fell over at halftime. And one thing to keep an eye on that is different so far this year is Donovan Mitchell has not had to be superhuman every single game in order to win against elite competition. In wins last year, he was averaging 27.5 points per game, but not only that, he was playing 34.5 minutes a night. And right now, he's averaging 23.8 points on the best efficiency of his career and playing just 30 minutes a night. It seems like they are much more of a team right now offensively. They have 4 players averaging above 17 points per game. Evan Mobley seems to be taking an offensive leap, playing more aggressively, getting his number called more often. He's averaging 19.2 points while putting up the most shots of his career. Darius Garland looks refreshed. A lot of people forget he had a weird season last year, going through surgery where he had to have his jaw wired shut for a whole month. Hopefully not having to deal with that, and the new system results in more consistency from him, and it seems like it is early on. And then Jarrett Allen, a double-double machine, 17 points and 11 rebounds per game thus far. And through the first 5 games, the touches of the core 4 has been spread out pretty evenly. They all have 200 plus touches, and Darius Garland actually has more touches than Donovan Mitchell. It seems like Kenny Atkinson wants Mitchell to have as much energy as possible come playoff time, but also this approach should naturally make them a more dynamic team. And overall, Kenny Atkinson has changed the trajectory of this offense. He has the ball moving. The Cavaliers are currently 3rd in the league in assist ratio. They are also 1st in offensive rating. Last season, the Cavaliers' offense was a lot of dribbling, constant possessions with few passes, and Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland having to bail them out. This year, you're seeing more ball movement, more off-ball movement, more screens and things like that, which makes that drive and kick game from Mitchell and Garland more lethal. A lot more trust involved with their offense right now, resulting in a team-friendly ecosystem. And the thing is, even when they get stuck dribbling, there is still movement off the ball with ghost screens and things like that. This possession against the Lakers is a perfect example. And movement like that early on has been very effective because their shooters are hitting. Right now, the Cavaliers are 1st in the league for 3-point percentage. Will they keep it up? We are going to have to wait and see. Now, let me tell you, this stuck out to me in the Knicks game. There was a stretch in the 4th quarter of this close game from 9 minutes to the 6-minute mark where the Cavaliers were trying to run their new system. They just weren't executing the plays. It was the right idea, whether it was just like not setting good screens, overpassing, not being physical. And then after all that, Donovan Mitchell checks out of the game. If this was a year ago, a spurt from the Knicks was guaranteed. Instead, this is what happened. Garland running off one screen, pass back to LeVert, immediately running off another screen. Now it's a 2-man game with Allen. Garland does a great job finding a way to score. And then on the other end, Mobley makes his mark, and this is a sign of a well-coached team. Early transition, they space the floor perfectly. Everyone is going to the right spots. Wade and LeVert to the corners, Mobley going to the short corner, and Allen cutting behind everyone. Garland has space to attack, and then he hits Allen on the cut. Cavs get a 4-point lead with Mitchell on the bench. And then a couple minutes later, 4:40 to go, still no Mitchell, only up by 2 points. The Knicks shut off the first action. It's looking bad, but they do not panic. Pass, and then a huge assertive cut by LeVert. That draws 2. Wade then fills, and immediately he's finding Garland going into a dribble handoff, and an open shot is created, and it's good. And now Garland is just on a heater. They pretty much sealed this game with Donovan Mitchell on the bench. On the road versus the Knicks. That just didn't happen for the Cavs against elite competition in years past. And in order for the Cavs to finish as a top 3 seed in the East, they need consistency offensively from Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. We know Mitchell can be that guy, but just like these first 5 games, you don't want him to always be that guy. A legit Evan Mobley leap offensively can change this team. Right now, he has the highest usage of his NBA career, 25 usage percentage. In the previous 3 seasons, he was just at 20%. In the Knicks game, Garland took over in crunch time, and Mitchell took a back seat and took more pride defensively. Then against the Lakers, it was the Donovan Mitchell show early on to gain that lead. It feels like Atkinson has instilled enough confidence in both Mobley and Garland where it's more likely that they will show up in big moments and be more consistent and not play scared at times. Shout out to the others as well. They have showed up so far. Ty Jerome early on, he has been balling and has been the perfect backup point guard. He's averaging 14 minutes per game, but 11 points in those minutes with 3.4 assists. Just amazing production based on his role. Dean Wade is one of the most underrated defenders in the league. Hopefully he can stay healthy and start hitting more consistently from deep. Caris LeVert under Atkinson has seemed to got his swagger back as a do-it-all offensive player. And then you got the sharpshooters Sam Merrill and George Niang. They are great fits next to the core 4 because they can shoot well beyond the 3-point line and spread the floor. Overall, it's scary if they can keep this pace up offensively. Because defensively, we know what they will be. They have consistently been a top 5 defense during the Mobley and Allen era, and it seems like it's going to be the same this season. But let me know your thoughts below. Do the Cavaliers seem different under their new head coach?